this is my flagship drawing class. This is the very first class that I put together when I started teaching drawing, and it's a comprehensive class which you learn how to draw from your experience rather than from learning specific techniques, and that's the essence of the class. The class is all in this book, Experiential Drawing, which I wrote some years ago. And on the cover of the book it says a revolutionary drawing method that transcends technical rules and teaches you to draw using your creative experience. So that's what I just kind of said to you. And this book is out of print now, but you can find copies of it if you go to Amazon. There are copies there. I saw a copy a couple of weeks ago that was only $4.50. I'm sure that one's gone now. But anyway, that book is still available, and it's one of the best drawing books on the market. So if you can get a copy, it's well worth it. Now, what we're going to do, this coffee meeting is to try and sell the class. So that's why we're doing this. And so what I wanted to do was to tell you what we're going to be learning in the class. And these are some of the things we're going to be learning. How to increase your drawing skill and enjoyment daily. And the 4 things that are essential to good drawing habits, absolutely essential. And then why draw? I'm going to give you 24 benefits of drawing, and I'm going to tell you a few right now. One is that you're going to learn to see more. It's going to heighten your awareness. You will experience inner peace, and you draw to have fun. These are reasons we draw. I'm going to give you 24 in the class. There are 3 kinds of lines. We're going to learn those. We're going to learn how to draw with perfect accuracy. If you want to, you don't always want to. The secret to contour drawing. The one secret to contour drawing, very important, which I'm going to demonstrate this morning. And then one bad habit you must avoid when you're drawing. And then we're going to learn how to see space and how to fashion a stick and draw with it, the best drawing instruments to use for drawing, and how to eliminate fear and failure. And we're going to learn how to draw stress-free, and the best way to draw a face, correct drawing posture, how to quickly apply shades and shadows to an ink drawing, and ways to give the illusion of depth on a flat sheet of paper, how to draw with confidence, and how to make successful drawings, and what is a successful drawing. So now I'm going to try and make a successful drawing for you. And I'm going to go to my other camera to demonstrate this. This is my desk camera here. And what I thought I would do this morning is I would do a drawing of Michelangelo. This is a photograph of Michelangelo that is, it's actually a photograph of a painting that an artist did of Michelangelo. And I thought that what I would do this morning is demonstrate doing a drawing of Michelangelo's face as a blind contour drawing, a blind contour. That means that I'm not going to be looking at the paper at all. I'm only going to be looking at his face, not the paper. So, and the sequence that I use is eyes, nose, mouth, and then the rest of the head, the side of the face, the hair, and the rest, neck and shoulders. That's the sequence we use. So I'm going to do this now on this piece of paper without looking at the paper. I'm just going to be looking at his face. So here we go, and you can watch me do this. So first of all, I do an air drawing. So I figure out where the face is going to go on the paper, okay, like that, and then the eyes are going to go about here, and because the eyes look like they're about a third of the way down from the top of his head to the bottom of his beard. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to start with the eyes. And now I'm not looking at the paper at all. I'm just looking at this photo here. And then I'm just going to be doing the whole drawing now. The iris and the pupil. This is his eyes. Some wrinkles here on the side of the eyes. And I'm breathing. And there we go. If you have questions, you can put it in the chat and ask the questions. So as you can see, I'm not looking at the paper at all. All the way down to his beard down here. Not looking at the paper, I'm just looking at his portrait here. There's another wrinkle up here in his cheek. Okay. Notice that I don't really stop to consider. I just get on with it. I draw. I don't really pause or think at all. I try not to think. I try just to watch and to look. And by the way, this is one of the best drawing techniques that you can practice, this blind contour, because it really helps you to focus on your subject and not on what's going on the paper. And it's also very liberating because you don't have anything to worry about, because you know it's not going to come out. All these lines in his forehead here. Okay, I'm going to come back down here now and do some neck and shoulders here. There's his shoulder here, and then down here. I'm going to go off here like that. Oh, there it is. Oh, he looks sort of angry. So anyway, there you see, did the drawing without looking at the paper at all. And that is how to do a blind contour. So now I thought that I would do another for you where I'm actually going to be looking at the paper. So now what I'm going to be doing is this is what we call the 95-5 rule. So it means 95% of the time I'm going to be looking here, and then 5% at the paper. So here we go. I'm going to start it again. Now this time I'm going to be looking at the paper as we go. So I'm going to probably, might come out a little bit better this time. I just do quick glances at the paper. I've glanced twice at the paper now, but I'm still blind. Yeah. I'm moving a little bit slower now because I'm glancing at the paper from time to time. There's that one eye, and then across his nose here now to the other eyebrow, and then the other eye. Now, actually, I'm actually drawing blind, but I am looking at the paper to see how I'm doing as I go. So let's see, I think I'll go up here and do couple of these wrinkles up here on his forehead. There's another one here. I'm going to come back down here now and do his nose. There we go, and then this beautiful crease right here, and then his mustache. Now I'm using a Bic grip roller pen, and this pen has water-soluble ink, and I'm hoping that we have time to put some water on this drawing before this is over. Should have time. There's his mouth. And I think I'll go up here and do, let's see, kind of go up here with this crease here, and then over here to his side of his face. There we go, and then come down with his beard again. So you see, when you glance at the paper, then you can get more accurate, and you can not forget things. I'm drawing his beard now, just getting the movement of the hair out in his beard. He comes down like this, kind of split beard here at the bottom. I was recently reading the letters, his letters, Michelangelo's letters, and they were very, very revealing of the kind of life he had. He didn't have an easy life at all. He was very generous, he was very religious, and he gave most of his money to his family. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you this, but one of my goals here is to do the entire drawing with one line. So as you may have noticed, I haven't lifted, but I didn't lift my pen for the first drawing, and I didn't lift my pen for this one either. So I'm only using one line for this entire drawing. I'm not lifting the pen at all. That's one of my goals for this drawing. And if you try this on your own, you can do the same thing. You don't want to lift the pen. So now I'm going to go up here and get his forehead here.
Robert, what is the reason why you don't want to lift the pen? Because I know I've heard of other artists kind of using the same technique.
Well, what it does is it keeps you focused and moving. As soon as you lift the pen, it does it does a number of things. When you lift the pen, what it does is it interrupts your seeing. It's actually hard to talk and draw at the same time. But that's okay. So yeah, it interrupts your seeing, and it makes you more hesitant that you're going to make a mistake. Not lifting the pen really helps you to relax and just kind of let it happen and not worry too much about what's happening.
Mm.
And then the other thing it does is it ties the drawing together. So the drawing looks like a complete whole when you're finished. Everything is connected. It's very, very complete and connected. Everything is connected. Now his hair is really dark right here. So now I'm going to come back down and come right down. I'm not going to lift the pen at all. I'm going to do his collar now. His collar is here. His shirt collar comes down like that. And then I'm going to go back up again, and I'm going to go over here and do the back of his. So that's going to be the drawing. So that was all one line. So let's see how much time we have. Oh, we have plenty of time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some water, and I'm going to put some water on this drawing, and that will give me some shading and shadows.
Robert, what kind of pen did you use to allow it to run?
This is a Bic grip roller.
Yeah.
Bic grip roller. We also use this pen in the class, which is a Precise V5 Pilot pen. I recommend people get those pens for the class. And there, so see how I'm adding. So see how this makes it really come alive when I put the shading on. It's really quite amazing how much difference it makes when you get the shading on the drawing like this. Makes the eyes really important, and you get the different shading and shadows that you see. And then on the side of his face, there's a nice shadow there, and you can see what I'm doing. You can see the photograph of the painting and how I'm doing that. And then his mouth, like this. Yeah. And then under his lips. There we go. What's that clicking I hear? And then his beard. Notice I don't have to get a whole lot of water. I just, this brush holds a lot, this Chinese brush holds a lot of water. Put some shading on the side of his cheeks there. I get a little bit more water now. Go into his ear, and then his hair, where his hair is dark. Right here is kind of light, so I don't do too much there, but here is pretty dark up in here. And then put some shading on his forehead there. Come down here like that. Maybe some on the side of his face here. Maybe a little bit on the side of his nose. Underneath the nose here. That. And this, definitely this crease on his face there. And then a little bit underneath here. So that's pretty good. Get some shading on his shirt down here. Anyway, how about that? Not too bad. I think his beard is actually a little bit longer than I showed. I think it really comes down here even more. So I'm just going to add some beard here, and then when I look at it, there we go. Good.
I love it.
How is that?
So Robert, I think we have like 15 people here. I'm going to open it up for questions. So if you have a question for Robert, please unmute yourself and you can ask Robert directly.
And
I feel like we've all been on Zoom for like 8 months now. So everyone can, I think we all know how to use Zoom a little bit more. Robert, I was just, I wanted to share with everyone in the chat the incredible painting that you did, that you submitted to our 99th anniversary. So that's in the chat right now, and it's so beautiful. It's funny, I saw it in the window and I didn't realize it was yours until I was like, wow, it's really beautiful, because it's quite large, and the color is gorgeous.
That painting is somewhat autobiographical, because as I was telling Allie before we started this morning, that I grew up learning all about religion, and I did the painting. It's from my experience living in Italy, which is a very Catholic country, and in the painting you'll see a priest walking through this incredible architecture. But
it's so beautiful. And I love the use of white, like especially on the, there's like a window on the top upper right.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
The light in that is pretty nice. That's why I like that painting. Yeah.
Is that ink and watercolor?
It's sumi ink and watercolor. Yeah.
How long did it take you to paint that, or to create it?
To make the painting?
Yeah.
Well, it's about 150 years. I forgot how old I am. Google has me born in 1914, I guess.
You look great.
So thank you. Yeah, I'm 100 and something. I don't know.
Wonderful. It must be all that swimming you're doing.
Anyway, so it's taken me all those years to do that painting. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yep. Someone wants to know, can you name the pens again that you use? And also
Yeah.
the brush.
Well, the brush is a Chinese brush. I know that University Art has these.
It's just
Uh,
like called a Chinese brush. Chinese like a Chinese like ink brush or like watercolor brush.
no, it's a Chinese calligraphy brush,
Okay.
and the one I'm using here is a the number is CC2. It's they're sold by Yasutomo, and I know the University Art carries them. And then this pen is a big grip roller, and I'm not sure about these pens. You might want to wait to get those, but this one for sure is this Precise, the Pilot Precise V5, Pilot Precise V5, and it's and then we're also going to be using a calligraphy pen. Let's see, where is it here? There it is,
Is it
calligraphy
the one that
pen.
you dip into the ink?
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
What kind of ink do you?
We're going to be using a Higgins non-waterproof India ink. It's called Higgins non-waterproof India. Yeah. Yep.
So I put that all into the chat.
Okay.
And what kind of paper?
Good question.
Oh, this paper that I'm using here is just a paper that I buy at a paper store, but any good sketch paper is fine. Any good sketch paper, yeah. Any good paper that's good for ink.
Is-
And,
What's better, like a cold press or what is it, hot press?
no, that's for watercolor.
Okay, so does it matter?
No, it doesn't have to be for watercolor. So like these sketchbooks here are really good. These are let's see, how do I show you?
Yep.
So they're a B sketchbook 9 by 12 heavyweight sketch paper. And I don't know how heavy these are. It says here 86 pounds. The paper that I demonstrated on this morning is 80 pound. This was an 80-pound paper. Yeah.
Paper. Well, wonderful, Robert. I hope I keep threatening this, but I hope to take this class.
Sure, take it.
They keep me too busy here to be able to actually take an art.
You are really busy, I know.
Very busy, but I need to I need something peaceful to do, especially the next couple of weeks. It's something meditative and get my mind off things. So it'll be good.
Okay,
It'll
yeah.
be good for all of us, I think.
So not too many questions this morning.
I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
So this is Kathleen Burton. So
Hi.
I'm going to sign up for the class. I don't even know the class's name, but I'll find out.
Experiential drawing.
Kathy, I'll put it into the chat.
Lovely.
Experiential drawing is the name of the class.
Oh, okay, perfecto. And then how many hours a week would you say a person should draw, not like a slave and a chore, but just kind of do
I
it
know
out
your
of,
question. I tell people to draw 5 minutes a day.
really?
Yep.
5 big minutes, huh?
5 minutes a day, yeah, because sometimes when you draw 5 minutes, you might want to draw a little bit more than that. But at least getting started for 5 minutes a day is the way to do it. And I always tell people that 5 minutes a day is a lot better than 2 hours on the weekend.